Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Hitchhiking Ghost. On today's episode, I have another dining review, and today we are going to be talking about the Crystal Palace in the Magic Kingdom. So here recently, I got to eat at the Crystal Palace, which I haven't ate at in probably 20 years because I was very young whenever I ate there the first time. Actually have some VHS home videos of it at the place with all the Pooh characters roaming about and me enjoying a cupcake because I think it was my birthday at the time. Wish I had the footage to put here at this juncture, but I do not. Sadly, it's at my parents' house underneath probably a lot of other crap. So basically, this was my first time eating here. Don't remember the first time. So this is basically my first time. And my excitement for this place, I wasn't really that excited for it, but whenever they said that the buffet had returned, oh man, I got so excited. I have not been at a buffet since before COVID, but the buffet had returned, but the characters had not returned yet. And that is something that you should note because if you are a character meal person, I'm not personally, but if you are, just know that at the Crystal Palace, Pooh and his friends have not returned. It was good for me because it was a character meal, and after COVID, it was family style, but it just switched back to buffet. Family style and character meals just aren't my favorite thing in the world, so I was very excited that the characters were gone and the buffet was the only thing there. And speaking of family style and character meals, I just recently ate at the Garden Grill, and they have the characters that are there in some capacity. Let's just say that. You'll just have to wait for that review. And this buffet, while not being incredibly diverse, like, the Animal Kingdom Lodge, like Sanaa at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, not Sanaa, like Boma at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. They have foods for like every single different food palette. And for me, I'm not really adventurous at all, so I like to stay at what I know. And this buffet at the Crystal Palace, it is what you know. It truly shot me back to when I was like 7 years old, playing baseball or watching my brother play baseball and eating like a hot dog. Or what I had the most were the chili and cheese tater tots. So I kind of felt like the food critic from Ratatouille whenever it just transported me back, and it was amazing. So the lineup on this buffet started with a bread and salad station, which also included crab legs and peel and eat shrimp. The bread was separated into two types of bread. One was a pretzel roll, and the other was, like a typical roll that you would find at any other sit-down restaurant. Common dinner roll. Wasn't bad, wasn't good. But the pretzel roll, it was not flavorful. It was hard as a rock, not flavorful. The other thing on my appetizer plate was my salad, which I made a Cobb salad, with the bacon bits, the egg, which was good. It was very safe, but it was very good. Now, I didn't try the crab and the shrimp because I was not in the mood for seafood, and those two items require a little bit of work to enjoy, which I wasn't wanting to deal with. No, I'm sounding pretty awful right now, but just peel and eat shrimp just isn't really my thing. If it's already peeled, sure, put them on there. But if I have to peel it myself, nope. But there were a few others at the table that had shrimp and the crab, and apparently it was pretty good because they got seconds and thirds of that, just that one appetizer item. So must have been pretty good. Now the entree portion of this buffet had fried chicken, braised beef short rib, prime rib, mashed potatoes, green beans, and many other items. Chili. And here's the best part. Create your own tater tots. Now the last part was the only thing I got seconds of. The fried chicken was very good, but And if my stomach could have taken it, I would have probably gotten more of the chicken. The braised beef short rib was inconsistent. Almost every small section was a different quality, which was extremely confusing. The mashed potatoes were good, a little soupier than I like, but I still ate it. It was completely destroyed off my plate, so that accounts for something. Now, the chili and tater tots were so good. It wasn't just powered off of my pure nostalgia for it, and I have to say this again, especially for the chili, it was really good. And if I wasn't almost ready to pop from overeating, I probably would have had even more of it before I went to desserts. Now, the dessert little cart was filled with like little bites and soft serve ice cream, cookies, cobbler, butterscotch pudding, French silk cupcakes, s'mores tarts were all middle of the road when it comes to the dessert. Now, the butterscotch pudding was put on the menu pretty recently as one of Walt Disney's favorites. So around the park, there are different food items that Walt Disney liked. So they were put on the menu, and the butterscotch pudding was one of Walt Disney's favorites. Not one of my favorites, but one of Walt Disney's favorites. It was like a very strong taste and not very enjoyable. I did not enjoy eating that. Which was the theme for all desserts, alright? I ate the full plate of them. I had the entire spread, had the cookie, had the cobbler, had the ice cream, of course, but ice cream, come on, you can't really mess up soft serve ice cream. You just pour in a mix and you call it a day. The butterscotch pudding, mediocre. French silk cupcakes, mediocre. S'mores tarts, mediocre. Just everything was mediocre. I gave them all a try, but will not try them again. Now, the price of this place is where it goes up a little bit in my head. An all-you-can-eat buffet at $39.99 a person for unlimited food, unlimited non-alcoholic drinks, and with quality service. Given the state of the dining situation in the Magic Kingdom, this restaurant actually shoots up my rankings. And it's possibly number one. Liberty Tree Tavern has been my number one for quite a few years, but I have not returned there probably in the last year, so I definitely have to go back there and try it out. So as of right now, I think Crystal Palace is honestly my favorite, powered off of pure nostalgia, probably my favorite dining establishment in the Magic Kingdom, which please bring in some more dining establishments in the Magic Kingdom, because whenever I want to eat, if I'm in the Magic Kingdom, I will go on the monorail loop. And especially after I had Steakhouse 71, that's another one. $60, so it's a little bit more expensive than this place. Well, it's probably $10 more expensive than this place, not including the tip. So whenever you include the tip and all, the $39.99 a person goes up a little bit. So it comes out to about $50 a person, about $48 if you pay 20%. So it's only like $12 extra for a 3-course meal, sit down, full service, and is really good, very good. The Steakhouse 71, I will probably eat there quite a few times while I'm living here, and yeah. I can't really say the same for the Crystal Palace because it was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong. And the nostalgia for it was incredible. But I don't think any of the other portions, any of the other items were strong enough to warrant more than one visit to that establishment. And again, the price, $39.99 a person. It's not terrible by Disney standards whatsoever. But to say it's my favorite dining establishment of the Magic Kingdom is pretty fair to say, because the Magic Kingdom just is terrible with food. And Liberty Tree Tavern, haven't been there in a while, so I probably need to eat there a little bit more before I can actually give the distinction of number one in the Magic Kingdom to Liberty Tree or Crystal Palace. But honestly, it's between one of those two because everything else just sucks. But overall, taking this experience as a whole, I would probably rate this as a 7. It is not great by any means, but there are a lot of decent options for even the pickiest of eaters to find something. And just the nostalgia. I mean, eating the tater tots just transported me back to the baseball diamond, and I absolutely love foods that are able to do that, able to transport you to somewhere in your past that you ate it once before, and you just get that happiness whenever you eat it. So that was my experience at the Crystal Palace. Again, please be aware that the characters have not returned and have not been announced to return anytime soon. So whenever you are making your plans at the Magic Kingdom, if you see Crystal Palace with a reservation, I think I would get it if you don't want to leave and go to a hotel, which is understandable, but just be aware that the characters have not returned. It's just strictly a buffet. It's like a Golden Corral. So don't get your hopes up to see Pooh and the gang, because they will not be there. All right, so thank you all so much for listening, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.